So, Choppy, who has the most pressure to perform for the Cowboys in 2021? Is it one, Rain Dakota Prescott? Is it Ezekiel Elliott? Is it your man, Micah Parsons? Who has the most pressure to perform for the Cowboys in 2021?
I'm going to say neither of those three.
Okay.
It is either Michael Gallup, because he ain't been paid yet.
Okay.
All right, and I look at
contract year for him. Okay.
I look at things from a money standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Or the guy who may get cut, and that's Jalen Smith.
No.
Like,
Good
Dak
morning,
Prescott's going to be here next year. Micah Parsons is going to be here next year. Ezekiel Elliott is going to be here next year. Michael Gallup needs to get paid, so he needs to have a big year. Jalen Smith may not be here next year if he has a bad season. So I think it's one of those two guys. Whatever Dak does this year, whatever Micah does this year, we know they'll be on the team in 2022. They're going to get multiple opportunities to fail. Jalen Smith's got one more chance.
I would agree that this is it. And the texts are flowing in on the Autoflex Leasing fan text 877-881-1053. A lot of folks pouring in with Jalen Smith being the Cowboy under the most pressure, especially when you decide to change your number to number 9. You've put the attention squarely back on you when you were trying to fly under the radar just a little bit, given, you had 154 tackles a season ago, but you also missed about another 130. Yeah. And you're telling us to watch the tape. You're swiping, you're doing all this, that, and the third, and then you decide to change your number to number 9, drawing even more attention to yourself. So, by
the way, people were saying Van Der Esch, too. And
Van Der Esch,
that's fair. I mean, he's got to get a contract. So, if you haven't been paid yet, now Jalen's been paid.
Yeah, he's already been paid.
He would like to get the rest of his contract.
Correct.
So, and Gallup hadn't been paid, and Van Der Esch, even though he's a first-round pick, he really hadn't been paid yet either. Like, he wants to get paid. So, to me, those guys are under the most pressure. Dak's pressure is living up to the contract, but he's got 5 years to do it, or 4, right? He's got time. He doesn't have to do it all in 1 year.
What I don't want to see from Prescott is the idea that he's pressing. He doesn't strike me as the guy that presses in pressure situations, but I think it's natural to do that a little bit when you've got the massive $160 million deal to try and maybe overdo things a little bit at the quarterback position and try and do things outside of yourself. Again, he doesn't strike me as the player that would do that, but I think human nature at times can tend to creep in to try and live up to the massive contract given the fanfare that was behind it. But I'm going to stick on the defensive side. I'm going to go with Micah Parsons because you mentioned Jalen Smith and Leighton Van Der Esch and the pressure that they're under. It's because you drafted Micah Parsons and you drafted Jabril Cox out of LSU. You put the onus on this kid coming in at the number 12 overall pick to say, you are the foundational piece of what we believe is a culture-changing defense, given that Dan Quinn is taking over here. And if you are going to be that foundational piece going forward, you need to perform right away, especially if you've got Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year expectations on you and the multiple things that we think Parsons is capable of on the defensive end, even though he's only played at the linebacker position for a couple of years. So I think the pressure is squarely on Parsons to perform right away, given the amount of investment that you've made at the linebacker position, taking a linebacker in the first round for the second time in the last 5 years, and what he means to the future of what this defense could look like, given the amount of change you could see if they do perform well. I'm talking about Parsons and Cox this year.